What's up everybody, it's Firemace here and welcome back to another Scum video, and we are going to continue with the tips and tricks, and this is going to be part 2. And basically what I'm going to focus on here is basically when you spawn, what is it that you need to be looking at and what is it that you need to do to get yourself on your way. Fortunately for me, I didn't spawn in a bad sector. You'll see I'm at the bottom right corner of C3. C3, B3, B2 all have great looting spots in them, so I'm not too far from the airfield. If I wanted to risk going to the airfield in an orange jumpsuit, I could do that. I usually do not suggest that people do that, because you will not be alone on the map. Alright, there will be other players. The airfield is probably the best place to go and loot up, and you're going to have difficulty defending yourself if you don't have anything to do that with. But let's say that, for example, you did not spawn in a brilliant area, or you didn't spawn close to your friends. Let's say that your friends are playing in the B3 area and you spawned all the way up into D1. It's going to be a long, tedious run all the way from up there to join your friends in the sector that they're playing on. Now, for all the intents and purposes, Scum is an open world survival game. The idea is to survive, and how well you survive will determine how much fame you will earn eventually. And fame is earned by doing various things in the world. Killing other players will grant you 10% of their fame. Crafting items will grant you some fame. Killing zombies or puppets will give you fame. Hunting will give you fame, etc., etc. Now, fame is used for a currency when you die. So when you die, you will have 4 ways to spawn in game. At the cost of 25 fame points, you will be able to spawn randomly on the map, so you have no control over it. Also, for the cost of 50 fame, you will be able to select the sector that you wish to spawn in, and then for 75 fame points, you will be able to spawn on a shelter that you have built. So if you look at crafting, you'll see at the bottom here there is a shelter. So if you build a shelter, it will cost you 75 fame points to spawn on that shelter. And if you have squad mates, for 100 fame points you can spawn directly on a squad mate. Alright, so now let's say that I am in C3, but I would like to be in, I don't know, guys. Let's say that I am in D1 and I want to be in C3, for example. Alright, so a quick way that I'm going to show you to earn some fame points. You need 50, obviously, to do this. And I'm going to show you how to get 50 fame points really quickly. What you want to do is you're going to look for places where it says search for rocks. And what you're going to do is you're going to craft yourself a stone knife. Now, crafting the stone knife, as soon as you're done, will already grant you a little bit of fame points. And thanks to another guide that I've watched, I'm going to show you how to get 50 fame points really quickly, with basically in 10 minutes. And also get you ready if you are in a good sector, for example, like I am now. I'm going to show you what you can do to basically get ready to go looting. Alright. So this is not going to be an extremely long video. Basically, I just want to show you how you can get to 50 fame really quickly, and either join your friends or be ready to go looting. And if you should die while you loot, at least you'll be able to spawn in the correct sector of your choosing. So for now, we're going to craft basically 3 stone knives. Alright. The stone knives we are going to use to craft other items, cut down bushes, etc., etc. The third one, I'm going to drop it in my hand like so, and we're going to start with this bush right here, and basically we are going to chop it down. So you'll see, just by crafting the knives, I'm already up to 9 fame points. It didn't even take me long to find the stones. They're usually not very hard to find. We're going to cut the long wooden stick into small sticks. It's going to be the other step that we're going to do. We're already up to 13 fame points, and we've crafted 3 stone knives and cut down a single bush. So as you can see, it is really not that hard. What we're going to do now is we're going to craft these into a small bundle of sticks. so that we can take them with us quickly, and even this will grant me a little bit more fame. Right, so we have a small bundle of sticks. We'll throw that on our back quickly, and then we're going to run on over to the next bush. Right, so bushes and stone, usually not hard to find unless you spawn in a really bad area, in which case I would just suggest committing suicide and just spawning somewhere where at least you have some stone and bushes to work with. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncraft this small bundle of sticks that I did craft, and we are going to craft tree bark rope. Alright, so that's the first step, is getting some tree bark rope. We're going to need the rope to make an improvised career backpack, which will give us at least 9 slots to work with. Alright, so now that we have the rope, what we're going to need to make the backpack is we're going to need 3 pieces of rags. Alright, now getting rags is luckily for us not hard. One of the first things that I'm going to want to do anyway is get rid of my bright orange shirt. Quite simply because it makes you really easy to see when you're running across the map, and you do get people that are really mean and they will definitely shoot you if they see you. Alright, so that alone granted me 2 rags, so I'm going to cut up my socks, and this should give me the extra rag that I require to craft the backpack. We're already up to 28 points, so I mean it wasn't really all that hard to get up to that, and like I said, it's been like 4 or 5 minutes at the moment, so it really didn't take us a long time. So now we can craft this backpack. We're going to quickly do that. He's obviously going to drop the knife on the floor. We'll remember to pick that up before we go. But yeah, so crafting the backpack takes a little bit of time, but we're already up to 31 fame points now, and pretty soon we will be able to either commit suicide and join our friends in a sector of our choosing, or we will be ready to go looting up, and if we do get killed by a player, at least we will be able to spawn in a sector of our choosing. Alright, it's really bad to die if you do not have the fame points required to spawn, because the game will by default take you into the negative. There's no game over scenario, it will just take you into the negative. Another thing that we can now craft while we're standing here quickly is we can craft some improvised wooden spears, and this is just if we do run into some puppets when we move out from here, we will at least be able to defend ourselves. We don't want to die before we have the 50 fame points, and there might be puppets in the area. Alright, so I will craft 2 of those, and we are now up to 33 fame. So yeah, we're getting there, and it is really not taking us all that long. I know it seems a little tedious, but I mean, the backpack at least is useful. You can store some items in it. It gives you a little bit more storage space while you're moving around. Alright, so now for the rest of it, we're going to chop down some bushes. We'll basically just chop down all the bushes in the area that we can find, and this will help us to get the remainder of 16 fame points that we now require to move on to the next level. So, not perhaps the most entertaining part of the game, but certainly a useful way to get yourself ready to go looting and to get yourself up to that first 50 fame points. We're already up to 41. So we've cut down, what was it, 4 or 5 bushes now, crafted a few useful items, and already up to 45 fame points. So let's quickly chop down this bush as well. And I do believe if this one doesn't give us the fame we require, then the other one to the right is going to be the last one that we will have to do. Oh no, there's one right here for us to do. So this should theoretically be the last bush. I hope it is. I mean, we can only hope. But there we go, 51 fame points in under 10 minutes. And now we are ready to go looting. So we crafted 3 stone knives, 2 spears, backpack, chopped down a couple of bushes, and Bob's your uncle. You are now ready to move out onto the map. You have the capability of defending yourself against puppets. Spears might not be very effective against players unless you can catch them by surprise. But if they have a gun, you are pretty much guaranteed to die. And we are now ready to go looting. And yeah, so I want to thank everybody for watching the video today. If you enjoyed it, if you find it helpful, please remember to drop a like on it. If you're new and you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The support really helps me out a lot. And then, yeah, share the video with your friends and family. And in the comments below, let me know what you guys do when you spawn on the map. Which area do you think is the best area to spawn in? And how do you get up to your first 50 or 100 fame points really quickly to allow you to spawn where you want to when you die? And I'll see you guys in the next part of the video. Cheers!